guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here today. Today I wanted to cover the case of Johnny Altinger. Here's a photograph of Johnny Altinger. He was 38 years old and lived in Edmonton, Alberta. Just so you can get an idea of the size, as of 2016, Edmonton had a population of 932,546. I'll also show you a map of Canada here. The arrow is pointing to Alberta and the star shows Edmonton, just so you can have a reference to where Edmonton is in relation to the rest of Canada. He had a loving family and many friends, and his friends will play a huge part in finding justice for Johnny. Johnny was an oil field equipment manufacturer. He enjoyed motorcycles, paintball, computers, and he met many of his friends through online chatting. Johnny, like many other people, was using the website Plenty of Fish to look for a relationship. He discussed his use of the website with his friends and would tell them anything significant that would transpire. He was excited about an upcoming date with a girl who said her name was Jen. His friends knew the name of the girl as well as the location where he would be meeting her. On October 10th, 2008, Johnny received instructions from his date Jen to go through the back gate and through the garage to access the back entrance of the house. Here is a photograph of the garage that he was told to go through. Johnny showed up for his date and he found a man there instead of Jen. This person told Johnny he was working on a movie in the garage and that Jen wasn't there. Johnny left and told his friend what had happened. Johnny later received an email from Jen saying she was home now and to come on over. Johnny also told one of his friends that he received this message and he was leaving to head over again. He seemed excited to go. This was the last time anyone spoke with Johnny. Friends received an email from Johnny advising he had met a girl named Jen and that they were going to Costa Rica for a long vacation and would return in December. So remember that this was October. His friends found this very strange. They did not believe he would up and leave, and the way the email was written didn't seem like Johnny had written it. We all know what our friends come off like when they write us texts or emails. We know the sound, the way that they word their messages. So I can 100% see how they would be suspicious if it didn't seem like an email that Johnny created. Johnny's friends went to the police and filed a missing persons report. The police spoke with the person who had rented the location where Johnny was supposed to meet the woman named Jen. The person who rented there was an amateur filmmaker who was named Mark Twitchell. After speaking with Twitchell, the police advised Johnny's friends there was nothing to go on here and that they would require more information to pursue the case further. With this, Johnny's friends went to his apartment. Here they would locate his luggage, other personal effects, and his passport, which would indicate he had not packed for the trip and he would not be able to go to Costa Rica without his passport. This gave police enough evidence to look into the case further. Police went to Twitchell's home and took a film script and hard drives. The script that was located was about a person being lured into a garage thinking they were going on an online date and would be killed. Clearly this was suspicious. Johnny was on an online date and now he is missing. The police also located a document on one of the drives called SK Confessions, which seemed to be written like a diary. This document outlined a murder that was executed, which they believed described Johnny's murder. This document also stated that the writer had tried to murder another man previously, but that man got away. The police thought if they could locate the man that got away, they would be able to prove the document was a diary in fact, and not a script written by a future filmmaker. Twitchell, after the initial encounter, told police he did actually see Johnny that day and that Johnny sold his car to him for $40. The police were obviously suspicious of this. He had originally said he didn't see Johnny and who would sell their car for $40. Here's a photograph of Johnny's car. Once the story broke on the news channels, a man by Gilles Tedreau came forward to police advising that he was the man they were looking for, the first victim. Gilles was lured into the garage in the same way Johnny was. Gilles was attacked by a man in the mask, and he was shocked with a stun baton several times. He escaped by rolling under the garage door and crawling to the sidewalk. A couple passed by but did not assist him. The perpetrator was scared off by the sighting by the couple and went back inside the garage. Gilles managed to get to his truck and drive away. Because police now knew that the document they previously recovered was in fact a diary, as they thought, they searched the garage several times and located Johnny's blood on the garage floor and also on a table in the garage. They also located weapons, including the stun baton and the mask that Gilles had described. Twitchell insisted all of these items were for the film he was working on. He was actually working on a film, and I believe from different descriptions that the weapons were used in the film, but they were obviously also used to commit real harm to people. Twitchell was arrested and charged with first-degree murder on October 31st, 2008. He admitted to the crime but said Johnny attacked him first, arguing self-defense. To this, Johnny's mother said, quote, "That's ridiculous. He would walk away from any kind of conflict. He would never attack anybody," end quote. Twitchell was sentenced to life in prison in 2011. Johnny's body was not located at the time. The diary said Johnny's body was placed in a sewer. The police searched for Johnny using the diary as a guide, but were unable to recover his body. 2 years later, with the assistance of Twitchell, the police recovered the remains of Johnny. Deputy Bill Clark was quoted as saying, "We caught him on his first one. So he's a very poor serial killer, and thankfully he will never become a serial killer," end quote. The police believed the name of the diary, SK Confessions, stood for Serial Killer Confessions, and that Twitchell was planning to keep murdering. Johnny's mother said that she calls her son's cell phone to listen to his voice on the message. That's completely heartbreaking to hear, and I can actually imagine myself 100% doing that. It seemed like there was many people in Johnny's life that loved him very, very much. I send his family and friends a love and light. This was the reviewing of the tragic case of John Altinger. Hopefully his family can rest easier knowing that the person who took his life is in prison. I will put all of my sources in the description box below. I hope I was able to provide you with some information that you didn't already know about the case. Maybe some more information about Johnny himself. I did find a lot of the resources talked about Mark Twitchell, like a lot about Mark Twitchell, and this video is about Johnny. And I tried to portray it that way so that you learned a little bit more about the person who was taken too soon from this world. If you would like me to make a video on Mark Twitchell, I can certainly do that, but this isn't the video. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. Like I said, I hope you gained information about this. I did make a tip video regarding online dating from when I was researching this case to try to help you stay safer if you are someone who uses apps and dating sites.